Okay, so I got Dad on the phone, and alright, we're dealing with the problem that every time I rev the truck up, get it up to a little bit higher RPM, the amp meter inside of, the cab goes to negative about halfway, about negative 25 is where it goes down to. But then if I turn the headlights on, it goes to positive amperage.
Me and the boys was sitting around drinking, we was talking about things that we was thinking, when all of a sudden what comes out of Bill's mouth? Said I'm getting old and fat and slow, and I don't recover like I did before from nights of rabble, rousing and too much fun. Well, I looked around and we all agreed, and I had a drink and I ordered 3, and I staggered back to do it all again. Then we made an oath on a rum and coke with the best intention, I'm sure you know, that we would stop this living in excess. We're gonna have one more party, one more special occasion. Do it Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, holidays and weekends. We can have one more party. There's more hell we should be raising. One more party now, one more party tonight.
Every time I rev the truck up, get it up to higher RPM, the amp meter inside of, the cab goes to negative about halfway, about negative 25 is where it goes down to. But then if I turn the headlights on, it goes to positive amperage.
Well, it's sucking up the amperage or the power that the lights are using. So it's naturally going back the other way.
Yeah, but it goes to the positive side instead of the negative side when I turn the headlights on.
If things were right, it should actually show it into the discharge.
Should it? Okay. So you talked to me. You told me yesterday, looking at the negative side of the battery and the positive side of the battery. That's where you wanted me to start.
That's hooked up.
And that's hooked up correctly. The negative battery is connected to the block, and the positive is connected to the starter solenoid. So that isn't a problem.
Now take your voltmeter.
So I go to my voltmeter.
We're checking voltage in the battery.
All right, so then I go in and I'm on the volts, 20 volt area, and I'll put the negative on the negative and the positive on the positive. Okay, if my voltmeter would work. And of course the battery is dead in that.
Is the battery dead?
It seems like it is. Hold on a sec, let me take it apart and see.
See, what I'm checking is whether your polarity got reversed somehow or another.
I think I got it reset now. Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Alright. It appears to be set correctly. Okay, the negative side goes to the COM, and the positive side goes to the voltage. Okay. Alright. So now, when I put the negative on the negative and the positive on the positive, it's reading 12.43 positive.
Oh, okay.
And if I flip them around, it says 12.43 negative, or 12.42 negative. So the battery looks to be charged correctly.
Okay.
So it doesn't appear to be the battery.
So then we got to go back to the wiring and the pickup or something.
Wiring in the pickup. Okay, so
Why is it showing charge on the down scale?
That I don't know. I've hooked the alternator up just like it shows, you know, or just like the old one was. There is a, you know, there's a plug. There's only 2 wires going to the alternator, and one's a big wire that has a nut on it, and I have that screwed to with an O-ring. And the other is a slip connection with a green wire that comes from the voltage regulator to the alternator.
Okay.
And that goes onto the slip area, and then, or the you know, the connection that's just a spade bit. Then there's one other connector on this alternator which looks a little weird. It's kind of a, it's not really a spade bit, it's more of a kind of a half Christmas tree bit. It's too wide to plug the spade into. Is that something that might be causing a problem?
Well, I'm wondering, there's got to be something that's causing the problem. So it's okay, we take your voltmeter and what voltages are you showing at the alternator? On the 2 that you said, the 2 wires that are running over there.
Do I gotta have the truck running for that?
You got a switch on, I think.
Okay. If I turn the switch on, a lot of times my ballast resistor starts smoking.
Oh, no.
So I don't know if that's a good idea. It only likes to do it when it's running. It doesn't, you know, it stops smoking.
Oh. Well, there's a problem right there then, ain't there?
Is it? I don't know.
It should do that, should it?
I have no idea.
That's what you're gonna have to find.
I mean, the truck will start and run. Yeah, that's not a problem.
It seems like it's getting power to the ignition, huh?
Yeah, it has no problem starting.
You must be getting 12 volts over there to the ignition.
Yeah.
Are you getting the right voltages back to the alternator?
Could I check it at the battery? If I'm revving it up, should it be like more than 12 volts?
Yeah, you should see if the voltage goes away. Use your voltmeter and check it in the battery and, you know, run the engine up a little bit too, raise the engine.
Okay, give me a couple minutes to get the truck started. I gotta open the garage door
Okay.
so I don't choke myself out.
You locked yourself out?
And let me turn off the heat, because that's just gonna be a lot of
Put some
noise.
heat in the-
What's that?
I said you probably need a little heat. It's kind of cold out there, ain't it?
Yeah, but I had the shop warmed up. Let me start the truck.
Yeah. And instead of reading amperages or voltages or whatever, read them at the battery.
All right, give me a
Or
second
at that
here.
big terminal on the alternator. Of course, you don't want to blow that thing again. Is the battery dead?
Okay, what was that?
Is the battery dead or is it?
No, the battery is fine.
Oh, okay.
And now that it's running, It's reading 12.12.
In the can.
At the battery. The voltage at the battery is reading 12.1. If I start to rev it up,
Yeah.
it's going up. It was getting close to 13 there.
Okay.
Let me go a little higher.
That's really quite enough. Yeah.
14.2, 14.4.
Oh, you're reading that?
I'm reading the voltage at the battery when I rev it up.
Well, that should be charging then.
Yeah, I'm guessing so.
I wonder if you got the wire turned around on that.
Inside the cab. So maybe I can let you check the wires around. Oh, so what do I need to look for here? Do I got 12 volts coming into the fuse box or what?
Maybe we should have you check it out and then see what you come up with.
Okay, so I'm going to shut the garage door and turn the heat back on because it's starting to get cold in here.
Yeah, okay.
Just doing that so I don't get choked out.
I gotta get you directed. I don't know how to direct you for sure, so your outcome. But it seems like we're gaining a little ground. You
Yeah.
know,
So the battery is charging, that's correct, right?
that's correct, that, you know. And then alternators, some of them take a little more to kick in, you know, take a little more RPM.
Yeah.
But after they do kick in, they do charge or keep charging. So it's taking power away. It's absorbing some of that power that it's trying to put back in the battery.
All right, here, give me a couple seconds to get adjusted here. All right, so I am going to take the dash panel off.
Can you access, on that amp gauge in the dash? Can you access both the terminals?
Yeah, I can. It's easy.
But you're gonna have to go to ground and then go to the terminal, you know, just give me a volt reading. You know, put the hot side of the voltmeter on one of the terminals and then do the same on the other.
You know the amp meter?
Find a good ground, you know, other than,
Like the dash.
yeah,
Because it's a steel dash.
yeah.
All right, give me a second here to, I got 2 more screws.
It would have to be grounded.
You think the dash or the dash panel would have to be grounded?
Well, yeah, otherwise, wait. We can try to sort this all out.
Okay, so, all right.
Oh, am I watching a new video now?
Alright, so I have pulled out the instrument cluster.
Yeah.
Let me disconnect the speedometer cable because that just gets in the way.
Okay.
Otherwise I can't reach in there far enough.
Are you reading me the video right now?
What do you mean?
This is- Wait, I'm watching you put the voltmeter to the battery.
Oh, those videos are a little old.
Bring up the RPM a little bit. It doesn't show 14 again.
Hold on. That video you're looking at is old. Just so you know.
Oh, that's one. Okay, you're just doing the test that we're talking about.
I'm trying to do tests right now, so... Alright, so if I put the ground to ground and touch...
Yeah, like voltmeter, and you got...
I got-
set to volt.
Hold on a sec. I got 12.35 on one side of the amp meter and 12.35 on the other side of the amp meter.
Okay. And what did you do? Burn yourself?
No. What? Oh, maybe in the video. I don't know. I don't know what you're watching.
Video, but it's an old video.
Yeah. You're not watching me right now. But, yeah, I got 12 volts coming in and out of the amp meter.
Get me a reading on them two posts.
Yeah, 12.35 or whatever it was.
And when you rev it up,
Oh, I gotta start the truck then to do that. Alright.
oh, I hope you don't burn that thing up again, you said.
Well, here, let me,
I don't know why just getting a volt reading.
alright, let me go crack the door open again and I'll start the truck back up.
Okay, now it looks. Well, what happens when you shut the lights off now? Get rid of the engine when you turn the lights off. See, it's showing charge, isn't it? Am I seeing the flip side?
Hold on, I don't know what, hold on, I wasn't listening. I was over opening the garage door so I don't get gassed out.
Oh, okay.
Alright.
Well, you were showing a positive.
Yeah, when I turn the headlights on, it goes positive.
Yeah. And that's what's wrong about the whole deal. It should be going to the negative side of the gate.
Okay, so let me start it up.
I'm thinking that I would reverse the wires there on the amp gauge, but I can't without checking some other things to make sure that there ain't voltage gonna hit, some odd voltage gonna hit something and
Well, I mean, there's 12 volts going into it and 12 volts coming out of it.
yeah.
So, I don't think the amp gauge is all that big of a deal.
What happens when you turn on the light and the thing isn't running, or when you ain't get to the output from the alternator?
Oh, so just turn on the headlights, it goes positive?
Yeah, turn on the headlights and see if it goes towards the negative side.
No, it goes toward the positive side.
Oh, okay. That's.
So,
I
flip,
just wonder if they could have gotten turned around right at the amp gauge there.
right at the amp gauge? Well, I can flip those two around. It wouldn't be that big a deal.
Yeah, flip those two around.
I suppose I should probably take off the battery, though. Disconnect the battery first? Okay.
But right, that's where I'm at. What it appears to be.
Because the amp gauge is reading backwards, otherwise everything seems fine.
Yeah.
Alright, here, let me... Yeah. Yeah, I mean, at an idle it didn't go up, so, alright, here, let me disconnect the negative.
Yeah, disconnect the negative and put the wires
On the ammeter, and then you think that might correct my issues?
and try the lights again and
See if they go down?
and try it again with them running.
Okay, battery is disconnected. Of course, there was some gunk on my wrench. Hold on. I gotta clean that mess off. Okay, now I need to figure out what size that is. That looks like maybe a 3/8 maybe, or a
Could be.
7/16. I don't know. Yeah, they're screwed on there. So let me just grab all of these. Alright.
So that's the next thing I would probably do.
Alright, so
See if the polarity got reversed just at the gauge and nowhere else.
well, it wouldn't go anywhere else because it just goes through the gauge.
Yeah, but I'm thinking when you turn the switch on, if you're powering up or putting power somewhere where it ain't supposed to be.
Oh. I don't think so.
I would have to take the voltmeter and be checking stuff. You know, is there power at the ignition? You know, when you put 12 volts to it, what does your voltmeter read to the ignition? You know, there should be 12 volts there.
Hold on,
Okay.
let me disconnect these 3 other things that are connected into the back side of here so that I can see what I'm doing. Okay. Now I'll take that nut off. Hopefully not lose it. And then take that wire off. And then
I see you got that shifter working pretty nice.
yeah, that's working really good.
Clicking nicely, ain't it?
Yep, it's not slipping out when I drive it down the road now.
Did you give it a shot of grease there in that greaser?
Yeah. It's greased up and, you know, so, and it's a lot tighter with that shim that I put in there.
Oh yeah, I see
So it's not slipping out. I think what was happening is the vibration as you drive down the road, that pin that goes between, you know, from the neutral, from the high side to the low side. I think that was making that pin wiggle between the two.
just the vibration coming off of the drivetrain.
Yeah. I think that was causing it to slip.
Yeah. Causing it to flip out of gear or causing problems.
Oh shit. Now which one did I take off of where?
Well,
Yeah, I think this one was here and that one was there.
okay.
Well,
let's
wait.
work on-
Wait, one of them's got to be the line in, right? So it's got to have 12 volt. Oh wait, no, I disconnected the battery.
Oh, you went out the battery and not.
Yeah, so it wouldn't spark me. I think I just gotta. I think I got it. We'll test it and find out. If not, I'll just have to take them apart and put them back on.
Otherwise, I think the one that has the voltage to it now would probably. Well.
Yeah, I don't know which side of the amp meter is the in and which side's the out either.
Yeah, I know what you mean now. We lost track of that.
I lost track of which wire went where. So,
Okay. But check and see if, you know, when you turn the switch on, which one has power to it. And probably my guess would be put that to the plus side.
I don't think there is a. Oh, on the positive side of the gauge.
You got the battery? I don't think.
Yeah, hold on. I can hook that back up. Give me a second.
Okay.
All right, I got it hooked back up. Now, which of these two wires is the hot side?
Yeah.
Power this thing back on. Come on. And the ground. And this one has nothing coming to it. And this one has nothing coming to it. What?
What?
How does that work?
What does that big terminal, what's the voltage read over there on the alternator? They hate to chase you around, but
The big terminal on the alternator.
yeah.
Hold on.
The one that would possibly be the output from the alternator.
I should have 12 volts on it.
Not necessarily. I'm just wondering if it is there or not.
It's like 0.02 volts.
Okay, and then put the switch off.
Let's switch on.
Switch off, okay.
So I gotta turn the switch on? Or at least.
Yeah. That's what has to be done with the switch on.
Okay, hold on. Let me turn the switch. At least I'll do the accessory side.
Okay.
That doesn't burn up the ballast resistor.
That don't hurt the ballast.
That's saying next to nothing. And that's
The
saying
ballast-
nothing.
You're talking about the one to the ignition, huh?
Yeah. Neither one of these has any power going to them. Does this whole panel have to be grounded? Is that why I'm losing something?
You're on volts. You got your meter set to volts, right?
Yeah.
So there you don't have to worry about being grounded or worry about polarity. You know.
Okay, it's saying like 4 or 5 volts coming out of this one now.
Uh-huh.
And the other one is saying 0.3 volts.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
Why
The
would
readings are familiar, but they're probably true. Probably ain't hitting it with full amount of volts. Okay, now we gotta get back to hooking up the amp gauge.
hooking up the amp gauge?
Yeah,
All right.
opposite of what it was before, so we get the polarity.
Well, now I'm not sure which way it was, so let me hook it up and do another look to see what it's doing.
Try it one way and then try it another way.
Try it the other way. All right, so I turn the headlights on, it goes positive, so I need to flip them over. All right.
Yeah, see what happens when you flip them the other way.
Okay, now let's see if I can make sure I know which one's which when I take them apart.
If you had a set of test leads, it would be nice too.
Test
You
leads.
know, use an alligator clip to clip it. That way you ain't hooked up so directly.
Oh. Well, here, I'm just going to take this one and move it to the other side. Whoop. Come here.
What happened?
Oh, washer fell off. You know, one of those things that disappears into the abyss.
Oh, yeah.
But luckily I found it.
Why did they put it there
I don't know. I think it's just so it grips in, I suppose. It's one of those little star washers.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Let me hook this one up. Problem is both of the wires over here are both red, so it's not...
Oh, that's the problem.
It's tough to remember which one's which. And they both got the same connector. They both, you know, they look almost identical. One's black though, and the other... Whoa, wait. One has a black end on it, and the other has a red end on it.
I see.
But the wiring gauge doesn't show anything about it, so... or the wiring diagram.
Right, yeah, it should have been mentioning the stripe. If it did have a stripe.
If it has a stripe, no, it's just a red one. Okay, so now I'm going to turn the headlight back on again. Now it's going negative.
Well, yeah, that's probably... Well, let's hope that's where it was.
That's where the wiring was going the wrong way.
I say 100% for sure. Now you're going to have to go back and do the other one again. Do the 14 volts under the hood, see if you're still getting that.
Still getting 14 under. So when I'm charging or whatever, then I'm still getting 14 at the battery.
Yeah, you should be getting them 14 volts at the battery, but pick up the RPM some too. So
Yeah.
you know, at an idle you don't get much charge. You gotta kick it up a little bit. Okay?
Yep, sounds good.
And if nothing else is wrong, maybe you got it fixed. I don't know.
I'm hoping I do, because I want to drive this thing again, but it's going to be a while before spring.
After you fix that fuse block, you know, check that you got voltages, correct voltages going to the different places. Especially to that relay or that ballast that is for you know.
Oh, that voltage regulator?
Yeah. That's it on the dash here? Or on the
What's that?
back? Is that the one that it burns up? It looks like an old one though.
No, it's on the firewall underneath the hood is where that one is.
Yeah, is that the one it burns up?
Yeah.
The one that's got a ceramic around it and stuff?
Oh, no, it's just a black metal thing.
Oh, it is?
There's no ceramic. What?
I hate to argue with you, but
Well, it looks metal anyway.
you know, I'd be interested to see what the voltages are coming to that. You know, if they're a little bit too high, it could cause it to burn.
Well, I think what I did was I did have it too high because I hooked up a wire from the battery directly to the back end of that.
Oh, I see.
And that's when it smoked it.
Yeah, see, that's where there's more testing for you to be doing. You know,
And I think that was a testing failure there on my part.
Yeah.
It
Okay.
was like, I screwed up. I shouldn't have done that.
So hopefully, I'm thinking you should be all right unless there's something we missed.
Okay, I'm gonna put the
But
dash.
I would go one further and make sure that the voltages are correct to all these different parts that you got on there. You know, like to the voltage regulator, you know, with the global
Whoops.
positive, make sure that's what you're getting.
Oh. Hold on. I'm dropping stuff. Okay, there's another screw.
Oh, you dropped another screw?
No, I dropped the screwdriver.
The screwdriver.
Yeah, at least I can find that.
It rolls to the middle of the truck. It's probably under the seat.
It's probably underneath the tire, ain't it? Ain't that where usually the geometric center of the truck? Ain't that where things usually fall?
Yeah. Where's it under the truck? You gotta go fishing for it at the center line of the truck.
I think it just goes to an alternate universe. Kind of like socks in the dryer.
That could be.
Okay. One more screw after this one. Where did it go? Ah, there it is. Yeah, the other thing I'm working on now is I'm moving the gas tank back behind the rear axle.
Oh yeah, you must have some pinholes opened up in that thing, or.
Yeah, because it stinks in here whenever I turn left or right. Okay, I'm going to go crack the door back open again. Yeah, the problem is I put on an extra strong spring because otherwise it wasn't returning well. So it's a little tough on my hands to pull it.
Maybe your ankle is too low now that it won't energize the field.
I don't know about that, but okay, so. Okay, so I'm reading 12.37 now. And let me start the truck. All right, now the amp meter looks like it's doing what I would expect it to. I don't know if I flooded it or what, but okay. All right, let's see. Verify something here. I'm gonna move the camera around so that hopefully you can see this. All right, it says recording, and here comes some gas. It's reading 14.7 or 0.07 when I rev it up like that. Okay. Now it is showing at idle, it's showing the amperage, right in the center. And when I rev it up, it goes positive. And if I turn the headlights on, it goes down a little bit until I rev it up.
It goes down towards the negative side, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I would say that would be correct.
Okay, so I just had the thing backwards. Yeah, damn me. Okay. All right.
But look how you get this pulled from all the others. You know, you were showing a low voltage at the battery, but that was because you didn't have enough
RPMs.
RPM.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You didn't have enough RPM to get enough voltage to energize
And
excite the field in the alternator.
okay.
And hopefully that does it for you.
Yeah, I think that will.
As a precaution, do you want to unhook the negative ground, the negative battery cable?
And
when
do
you
what?
short touch, just in case? I always get worried about when you have these electrical problems.
Oh, you mean when I just
know.
park it, leave it with the battery disconnected
Yeah, so it don't catch fire is what I'm getting at.
until I can trust it?
Till you can trust it, yeah. Till it's won't trust. Till you've done all the necessary checking and you've done your trust, then you can leave it hooked up again. But
All right.
that's a bad thing to leave you with, ain't it?
Okay, it's disconnected.
Okay, you should be safe then.
All right.
Well, good luck with that.
All right, thanks for the help.
Yeah. Okay, I was glad if we could help you.
Well, sure. A little bit of knowledge goes a long way.
But if it's on that alternator mounting, you know, if them bushings are not located properly, why, you know, where the old one was, I think they'll move in that housing, in that end housing. You know, to where you
Well, actually that end housing or that bushing where the mount was on the original one is where the mount on the alternator is. So they were the same width. I would have had to have bent the mount that sticks to the to the block.
Yeah.
I would have had to have bent that to get it to fit either inside or outside of that.
Yeah, that's optional. You gotta kind
Yeah.
of use your.
But I figured out if I just have the shim in the right spot,
Yeah.
it does sit there. And I don't know if you'll be able to see this when I display it on this video. But the shim, I just have the bolt going through the shim, and it's just all the way through that alternator. So it works.
Looks like you got her on there.
Yeah, and it's lined up straight. It ain't throwing the belt, so I'm pretty sure it's okay.
Okay, well, you gonna stay out there, or you gonna call it a day too?
I will probably call it a day. Just because.
Right after range, yeah, right after lunch.
Well, yeah. I mean, we had a big breakfast this morning, so it wasn't that big a deal.
Oh, you were not hungry.
No.
You're good.
I'm not hungry or anything. It's just, yeah, this alternator thing was driving me, or amp meter thing was driving me nuts. It's like, why is it showing negative when it should be showing positive?
Yeah, but I caught that right away. I was wondering what was going down.
And it's probably from taking it apart, putting it back together from the time. Yeah. Red with a black tip and red with a red tip. Oh, goody. Which red is it? I didn't realize it would make a difference, but it did. All right. Well, thanks for your help. Okay. Talk to you later. Bye. Okay, thanks, Dad. I think we got the electrical stuff straightened out. Now we'll just keep playing around with things until spring, and then we'll take it out for another drive.
Me and the boys were sitting around drinking, we was talking about things that we was thinking, when all of a sudden what comes out of Bill's mouth? Said I'm getting old and fat and slow, and I don't recover like I did before from nights of rabble, rousing and too much fun. Well, I looked around and we all agreed, and I had a drink and I ordered 3, and I staggered back to do it all again. Then we made an oath on a rum and coke with the best intention, I'm sure you know, that we would stop this living in excess. We're gonna have one more party, one more